video is all about a yoga sequence for colds. So, especially this time of year, you may be experiencing a cold, change of seasons, change of weather, it's transitioning. You may have some sort of nasal congestion in the chest, or a headache, or just body aches. So this yoga sequence is brief, but you can do this to help relieve some of those symptoms and maybe make you feel a little bit better. So give it a try. Grab your mat if you have a blanket and a block, and grab those as well, and let's get started.
So come to your hands and knees. We want to do this sequence in a really gentle way. Just be really kind to your body as you're healing and recovering, and listen to what your body needs. If you're unable to breathe through your nose, just breathe through your mouth and take an inhale, coming into our first arch. Really press into the floor with all 10 fingers and arch that back, spreading your collarbones wide. Take an exhale and curve your spine in the opposite direction, bringing your mid back all the way up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale and arching your spine one more time, tucking your toes as you do so, and continue to breathe and just feel what your body needs. Continue to move with your breath. On each inhale, arching the spine, tucking the toes, and on each exhale, curving in the opposite direction. And just keep coordinating movement and breath for a few more rounds. Take one final exhale and then come back to a neutral spine. Touch your toes together behind you and separate your knees a little wider apart than usual. Sit your hips back onto your heels and relax your torso over into a child's pose. And just relax here in child's pose for a few deep and full breaths. If you're feeling especially congested in your sinuses and keeping your head down in this way causes too much pressure, then just skip this child's pose and move on to the next posture. Lift your hips up and come back to your hands and knees position by bringing your knees directly underneath your hips and your shins parallel to one another. Coming into another round of cat and cow, coordinating with your breath. So on your inhales, articulating through your spine in an arch, and on your exhale, coming into a curve, pushing that mid back all the way up towards the ceiling, pressing through all 10 fingers on the mat evenly as you go in and out of arching and curving. As you move through your cat and cow postures, send your breath to any areas of your body that may feel particularly achy or sore. Use your breath to release any tension or tightness that may have arose from this cold that you have, and just breathe into that space, allowing your breath to create more space in those tight muscles. Once again, continue with a few more rounds of this cat and cow, coordinating your breath with your movement. Take a final exhale and come back to a neutral spine, touching your toes together behind you one more time, spreading your knees a little bit apart, and sitting your hips back, relaxing your torso over into a child's pose. As you did earlier, just remain here for a few deep and full breaths. You can breathe through your mouth if you have to, if there's too much congestion in your nose, and just settle your mind. You can close your eyes and just come back to breathing naturally. And as I said before, if this is too much pressure for your sinuses, just skip this step. Now, if you have a block, just take that block and put it between your heels behind you. You can choose whichever height of the block is most comfortable for you, and then sit your hips back on top of that block, bringing your knees together in front of you. Just bring your hands to your thighs and close your eyes. Come back to your breath, and once again, if you need to, as I'm demonstrating here, breathe through your mouth instead of your nose if breathing through your nose causes too much discomfort. Take a moment to imagine yourself in perfect health and imagine you healthy and well. Really picture it in your mind. You can slowly open your eyes now and we'll come into some shoulder rolls. So just lift your shoulders up and back, beginning with some backwards shoulder rolls. You can keep your hands on your thighs as you gently work through the muscles in your shoulders. Continue with rolling your shoulders backwards for about 8 to 10 times in total. You can now begin rolling your shoulders forward, so bringing them up and forward. Once again, you can leave your hands on your thighs and continue to breathe into your shoulder muscles as they release out any tension or tightness in those areas. And you can continue with this movement for about 8 to 10 times, rolling your shoulders up and forward. And now we'll begin by rolling out our neck, starting with our rolls to the right. So just begin to rotate your head around to the right side, gently breathing into your neck muscles. And just be very mindful and careful of how you rotate your head. Do not force anything or push anything or do any sudden movements because your neck muscles are quite delicate. And now take a pause with your ear over by your right shoulder and begin to rotate your head in the opposite direction. Continue to be mindful of how you rotate your head and keep sending your breath to the areas where you feel might be tight or especially achy. Now bring your chin to your chest and just allow your head to relax down, keeping your shoulders up, and just breathe into the back of your neck and slowly bring your head back to an upright position. Walk your hands about 3 to 4 inches behind your feet and open your chest towards the sky, looking upward as well. And just breathe into that space, opening those shoulder muscles. This is good if you are particularly congested in your chest area. Just breathe into that space and release out those tight muscles. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet, bringing your torso into an upright position. Remove the block and come to sit on a blanket or a towel. Coming into Upavista Konasana, sit on the edge of the blanket so that you are not sitting on your tailbone. Take an inhale and on your exhale, slowly fold your torso over and bring your gaze down towards the floor. Continue to breathe deeply and relax your torso down as you stretch your inner thighs and the backs of your legs. Keeping your torso down, just walk your arms over to the right side and relax over your right leg. Keeping your right arm down, turn your torso so that you're facing forward and reach your left arm on the diagonal up and over. Slowly bring your torso up and come into the other side, stretching the right side of your torso. Be sure to keep both sits bones even on the ground. You're just stretching your torso. Turn to face your leg and continue to stretch over to the left side. Keeping your torso down, just walk your arms back to the center and relax in a forward fold. Slowly bring your torso back to an upright position and remove the blanket from underneath, bringing it to where your head would be, and come into Shavasana. Just lying on your back, separating your legs slightly apart, relax them out and turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes and begin to deepen your breath, inhaling and exhaling through your nose, or if it's too uncomfortable to breathe through your nose, then breathe through your mouth. You can remain in this final posture for as long as you'd like and continue to focus on your breath. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Namaste.